I'm going to show you how to add a connected stack chart to a PowerPoint presentation using the Engage add-in. First, you just want to make sure that you've selected the Engage tab at the top, and then click on Infographics. From there, you'll see the connected stack chart, and then select that and click Insert. So this is what the connected stack chart looks like. So it's a great chart to show how the different values are connected and might change over time. So there's different options to show this connection. So in terms of this dialog window, this is the dialog window that lets you customize this chart. So I'll just show you how to access that. If you click on the chart, you'll see over here these two gears appear. If you click on those gears, it'll open that dialog window. So the first option I have, I can keep this chart as is. This radio button lets me choose to show it as a 100% connected stack chart. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll just go back to this version over here. And I'll show you the underlying data that drives this chart. So every infographic is tied to an Excel embedded worksheet. So you can access it by clicking this Edit Data button. And this is what the data looks like. So it's a very simple structure. So in the first column, you have the different continents. And then in the first row, you have the column headers. So in this case, you have dates, you have 1950, 2013, and 2050. And you can imagine these are GDP values for these different continents. And as long as you maintain that same formatting, you can add as many rows and columns as you like. So in this case, if we were to add another forecast for this time for 2075, I could do that. And then if I wanted to add another row of data for to represent another location, I could do that as well. And so what I'll do now is I don't have to save this file. Because it's an Excel embedded worksheet, all I have to do is make my changes and then close the file. And not only will it automatically update the connected stack chart, it will embed the file into the PowerPoint presentation. So as it's recalculating and redrawing the chart, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just show you the different options here to format the chart. So there it is. And then you'll notice a new column here, 2075, with the same values that we had over here in 2050. So I have a couple options. I can either decide to show the interior values or not. So if I uncheck this checkbox, it doesn't show the values. Naturally, I want to show those values. And then I can change the font and the color for those interior values. So if I make them a little bit bigger, I can do that. And don't worry about the smaller ones. They'll auto fit based on how much room there is to show those values. And again, with the totals, you'll notice like there's totals at the top. So I can uncheck that if I choose not to show the totals. And again, I can customize the totals font. The bar width and the bar padding, that lets me control the size of the column bars. And then the bar padding lets me control the space in between those columns. So if I make this a lower value, it will decrease the space between the bars. So there's a couple other options as well. I can decide to show or not show the guidelines. So if I choose not to show the guidelines, it's just like a regular column bar. But in this case, it's a good idea to show the guidelines. It makes it easier for the viewer to follow the data set over the different columns. So there's a solid fill. There are different options as well. I could do dash lines, I could do solid lines, but in this case I think the solid color fill works very well. And then of course I can change the color for my different categories. So in this case, if I wanted to change this to a different color, I could do that. So for the new location, I've changed it to this lighter blue. And then finally, I have the option of not showing the x-axis. But in this case, I think it's a good idea to show it. And same idea with the y-axis, I can decide not to show it. And I could even add a legend beside the chart if I wanted to do that. But in this case, I will leave that on. That's the connected stack chart.